Oh, free parking.
Yeah.
Which coincidentally is the best thing about Zombieland.
No, best thing about Zealand? No Facebook status updates. Rob Curtis is gearing up for Friday. Who cares?
No, the best thing is no more flushing. Epic.
And the worst thing about Zealand?
You mean other than the fact that I shot Bill Murray?
Oh, that's easy. Losing Now Playing podcast. I like to think somewhere out there in Zombieland, Arnie, Stewart, and Jacob are still trying to survive, but with the country gone to shit, most of their supporters turned into zombies, and without support, they couldn't continue the show. Here I live in this post-apocalyptic wasteland, no Twinkies, and no Now Playing. Last show they released was a review of Zombieland. Ironic, isn't it? Guys want to hear some of that show?
Eisenberg has been trying to fashion himself, again, now that he's considered leading man material, to have the career that Woody Allen had in his prime, which is kind of the nebbish, never can get love kind of loser. That's kind of who he is here. Like the voiceover and the way that he'll step out of the story and tell us the rules at the beginning, all of that feels like Annie Hallism. Woody Allen making light of the pessimism that he feels about the world. And we have a character that believes the worst and doesn't like people until there are no more people, and now he's thinking, boy, it would be nice to maybe even find my parents.
Yeah, I mean, if he'd broken the fourth wall and just talked directly to us, I definitely probably thought more Woody Allen. But the visuals here that he's going to are great as well. I have seen way too many movies about zombie strippers because I was doing my research for a review of a movie called Peelers, direct to video. You can find that review in our blog. But the zombie stripper with the tassels and running in slow-mo after the guy.
Yeah, you're talking about these opening credits, which are amazing. Zack Snyder, the best part of Watchmen were those opening credits. This one is like right up there. It's just great opening credits where hard R gore going on. Metallica's For Whom the Bell Tolls playing. You're getting jokes in there. You're getting gore. You're getting a great song. Like, really sets the tone for this movie, these opening credits.
It's funny that you mentioned Watchmen, because I didn't think Watchmen with this, but the commentary for this movie was recorded. You had Harrelson and Eisenberg and the director and both writers in a room right after opening weekend. They're sitting there patting themselves on the back. They're the #1 movie in the country. But apparently something they got called out on a lot was these opening credits were called a ripoff of Watchmen.
People are always saying rip off of anything.
It's a style, but it works for the film.
Yes, these are a grabber, and they're stylish, and they're probably some of the best jokes here. It's probably why they keep them, because there's no use for them.
That three-legged race where, like, the father and son are running away from zombies with their legs tied together, that's great.
I'm preferential to the soccer mom that's trying to escape the jumpy castle full of princess zombies and then just goes through the windshield. That's a really amazing shot. But all of this stuff is really not needed. If you wanted to establish the rules, they are established in the first scene with Eisenberg. And I think because Fleischer comes from his skit background and making those funny or die stuff and commercials and learning how to tell jokes really fast like that, he hasn't learned how to integrate his comedy into the flow of a story. It would be better if we had all of this stuff also introducing the 4 characters we're going to meet.
I can see your point, but I think this is a hell of an effective way to set mood. Fleischer admitted he's a metalhead. He just loves this music. He wanted to have a lot more metal in here, but they ran out of money. So they ended up hiring a composer. But this completely sets my expectation for the movie we're going to get. And the first hour of this movie does not want for laughs. I'm chuckling or laughing out loud consistently, so it's not like I wish that this long stretch of not funny had these laughs in it.
Watching it this time and paying close attention to its structure, this is mostly a bunch of skits strung together and they found some kind of story, but it's also a comedy. So if I'm laughing at the skits, that's a successful comedy to me.
Well, if you'd like to prevent Now Playing from turning into a zombie and just being an undead website that never gets new updates, let alone 2 shows a week that we've been doing for a long time, head to nowplayingpodcast.com/donate. Our fall donation drive is on, and it is truly support from listeners like yourself that allow us to keep going. If you go to nowplayingpodcast.com/donate, you'll find out how to get our Zombieland reviews. Zombieland comes out today, and next Friday, our review of Zombieland Double Tap comes out. That movie's in theaters today. You'll also be able to hear our reviews of the I Am Legend trilogy. That's The Last Man on Earth, The Omega Man, and Will Smith's I Am Legend. You can also hear us review all the Grudge films, including the J-horror Ju-on films. And depending on your level of donation, you can even hear us review the Rush Hour films. Up to 20 bonus podcasts are available to those who support our show. Find the details at nowplayingpodcast.com. Remember, Zombieland Rule 52, never be afraid to ask for help. We're asking our listeners to help us keep the show going. Thank you for listening. We'll be back on Tuesday with a completely free review for everybody of the new movie, Doom Annihilation. We'll talk to you then.
I'm not great at farewell, so that'll do, pig.
That's the worst goodbye I've ever heard. And you stole it from a movie.
Your support helps keep Now Playing on the air.
Rule number 32, enjoy the little things.
The opinions expressed on Now Playing are those of the individual hosts and may not reflect the opinion of Venganza Media Incorporated.
What do you think? Zombie kill of the week?
Close, but no cigar.
Venganza Media Incorporated is not affiliated with, and this podcast has not been prepared, approved, or licensed by any entity that created the film analyzed herein.
Those are for pussies, nothing personal.
How could that not be personal? That's like my whole thing.
Yeah, you're right, it was personal.
All movie clips and music included in this podcast are the intellectual property of the respective copyright holders. They are included here for the purpose of review, and no infringement is intended.
Some rules are made to be broken.
Now Playing Podcast is an exclusive trademark of and may not be used without the expressed written permission of Venganza Media Incorporated.
You know what, I may not shoot you, but you have still royally pissed me off.
Now Playing is a Venganza Media production, copyright 2019, all rights reserved. And no part of this show may be reproduced, repurposed, or redistributed without the written permission of Venganza Media Incorporated.
So until next time, remember, cardio, seatbelts, and this really has nothing to do with anything, but a little sunscreen never hurt anybody. I'm Columbus, Ohio, from Zombieland, saying good night.